Don't wish it were easier. Wish you were better. You've got dreams, you've got goals, but here's the thing. If you don't focus on what truly matters, those dreams will stay just that, dreams. You'll find yourself busy but not moving forward. You'll be doing a lot, but not making real progress. You see, the difference between success and failure isn't just hard work. It's knowing what to focus on and what to leave behind. In this video, I'm going to talk to you about one of the most important skills you can master: focus. More specifically, focusing on the right things. We're all surrounded by distractions, and sometimes we get caught up in things that don't help us grow. But here's the truth. If you want to achieve your goals, if you want to create the life you deserve, you've got to protect your focus. The people who succeed are the ones who keep their eyes on what matters most and avoid getting lost in the noise. It's time to stop wasting time on things that aren't getting you closer to your dreams. In the next few minutes, I'll share with you how to keep your attention on the things that count and how doing that can change everything for you. The right focus is what separates those who just get by from those who break through. And let me tell you, if you can get this right, everything else will fall into place. So stick with me. Let's break it down and show you how to focus on what truly matters so you can start moving forward and living the life you've always wanted. Number one, your focus creates your future. Protect it at all costs. The direction of your life is being decided right now, not tomorrow, not next year, not sometime in the future. Right now, every single day, the way you use your time, the things you give your attention to, the decisions you make, they are shaping your future. Whether you realize it or not, your focus is either working for you or against you. It's either leading you toward the life you want or keeping you stuck exactly where you are. And here's the truth. Most people never take control of their focus. They drift through life, reacting to whatever happens. They wake up, check their phones, scroll through distractions, jump from one thing to another, and before they know it, the day is over. Then they do it all over again, the next day. But the ones who win, the ones who succeed, the ones who build something meaningful, they do things differently. They protect their focus like their future depends on it, because it does. They don't let distractions pull them away from their goals. They don't let other people decide how they spend their time. They don't waste hours on things that don't matter. Instead, they make a decision. They choose what's important, and they give it everything they've got. And because of that, they succeed faster. They grow stronger. They accomplish more in a few years than most people do in a lifetime. So here's the question. What are you focusing on? Where is your attention going every day? Because whatever you focus on, you get more of. If you focus on problems, you'll find more problems. If you focus on negativity, you'll feel more stuck. But if you focus on solutions, you'll find a way forward. If you focus on improvement, you'll get better. If you focus on your future, you'll create one worth living. Your focus is the key to everything. And if you don't control it, life will control it for you. Look around, and you'll see it everywhere. People distracted, lost in meaningless things, wasting time, putting off their dreams, letting life slip away while they chase things that don't matter. And it happens so easily. A few minutes of scrolling turns into an hour. A small distraction turns into a wasted afternoon. A little procrastination turns into years of regret. It happens so quietly that most people don't even notice it until it's too late. Until they wake up one day, look back, and realize they never built anything, never accomplished what they wanted, never truly lived. That's why you have to make a decision. You have to decide right now that your future is worth protecting, that your time is valuable, that your dreams deserve your full attention, because no one else is going to do it for you. No one is going to hand you success. No one is going to force you to focus. No one is going to make you turn off distractions and get to work. That's on you. And if you don't take responsibility for it, you will lose years of your life chasing the wrong things. It starts with awareness. You have to wake up to what's stealing your focus. Is it social media? Is it endless entertainment? Is it worrying about things you can't control? Is it spending too much time with people who drain your energy? You have to be brutally honest with yourself, because if you don't see the problem, you can't fix it. And once you see it, you have to cut it out. You have to set boundaries. You have to protect your time, like your life depends on it. Because in many ways it does. The way you use your time is the way you live your life. And here's something you have to understand. Success doesn't happen in big moments. It happens in the small choices you make every day. It's not about one big breakthrough, one lucky break, one huge opportunity. It's about the little things, the discipline to stay focused when others get distracted, the decision to work when you don't feel like it, the ability to keep your eyes on the goal when life throws obstacles in your way. That's what makes the difference. That's what separates those who succeed from those who stay stuck. Most people never get this. They think success is about luck, about being in the right place at the right time. But it's not. It's about focus. The ones who win in life are the ones who stay locked in on what truly matters. They don't let small distractions pull them away from their big goals. They don't let temporary pleasures steal their future. They don't waste time chasing things that don't serve them. They decide what matters, and they give it their all. And when you do that, everything changes. Your results change. Your confidence grows. You start making progress faster than you ever thought possible. You start seeing opportunities that were always there, but you were too distracted to notice. You start realizing just how much you're capable of when you give your full attention to something that truly matters. So if you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're tired of watching time slip away, if you know deep down that you're capable of more, this is your wake-up call. Protect your focus. Stop letting distractions steal your future. Get serious about what you want and commit to it fully. Because the truth is, no one is coming to save you. No one is going to do the work for you. No one is going to care about your future as much as you do. And that's a good thing, because it means you have the power. You get to decide. You get to take control. You get to focus on what truly matters and build a future you're proud of. So make the decision. Right now, draw the line. Protect your focus at all costs and watch how fast your life begins to change. Number 2, don't chase too many goals at once. Success is not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things the right way at the right time. Too many people make the mistake of chasing too many goals at once. They want to start a business, get in shape, learn a new skill, travel, make more money, read more books, and somehow balance it all at the same time. But instead of making progress, they feel overwhelmed, frustrated, and stuck. The truth is, you can't go in 5 different directions and expect to get anywhere fast. If you spread your energy too thin, you won't get strong in any area. Look around and you'll see it everywhere. People excited about 10 different things, jumping from one idea to another, starting one project, then another, but never finishing anything. They have ambition, they have dreams, but they lack focus. And without focus, progress is slow, results are small, and frustration builds up. That's why so many people give up. Not because they're not capable, not because they're not smart enough, but because they're trying to do too much at once. They're dividing their power instead of concentrating it. Think about it like this. If you have a magnifying glass, and you try to use it to focus sunlight in 10 different spots at the same time, nothing happens. But if you take that same magnifying glass and focus it on just one spot, it generates heat. Hold it there long enough, and it creates fire. That's how success works. If you want big results, you have to concentrate your effort, your energy, your time on fewer things. Not 10 things, not 5 things, just 1 or 2 things that truly matter. Most people don't do this. They chase too many things because they don't want to miss out. They want to keep their options open. But in trying to keep every door open, they never walk through any of them. And that's the mistake. Because every time you say yes to something new, you're saying no to something else. If you're trying to build a business while also trying to become an expert in 5 different areas, something will suffer. If you're trying to get in the best shape of your life while also taking on too many commitments, you'll burn out. You have to decide what's most important and give it your full focus. This doesn't mean you can't have multiple goals in life, but it does mean you need to prioritize. You need to know what deserves your attention right now. If you're trying to grow your income, then let that be your main focus for the next 6 months. If you're trying to transform your health, let that be your top priority. Give 1 or 2 things your full energy, your full dedication, and watch how quickly you start to see results. You don't need 10 big wins to change your life. You just need one breakthrough, one major improvement. And that comes from deep focus, from cutting out distractions, from stopping yourself from jumping from goal to goal without finishing anything. Look at the most successful people in any field. They didn't get there by doing everything at once. They focused, they picked their lane, they went all in, and they mastered it. The best athletes don't try to play 5 different sports at the same time. The best business leaders don't start 10 different companies at once. The best musicians don't try to learn every instrument in 1 year. They choose, they commit, and they master one thing before moving on to the next. That's the secret. Success is not about doing more. It's about doing better. It's about depth, not width. You can either dig 10 shallow holes and find nothing, or you can dig 1 deep hole and strike gold. That's the difference between those who stay stuck and those who break through. And here's the hard truth. A lot of people will never succeed because they refuse to simplify. They think being busy means they're making progress. They think working on 100 things at once means they're doing more. But in reality, they're just running in circles. Being busy doesn't mean you're being productive. If you're chasing too many things at once, you're not making real progress in any of them. So what do? You get clear. You decide. You ask yourself, what's the one thing that if I gave it my full focus would change everything for me? Not the 10 things, not the 5 things. The one thing, the thing that if you truly committed to it, would have the biggest impact on your life. Once you find it, you go all in. You block out distractions. You stop entertaining every new idea that comes along. You stop chasing every opportunity that looks exciting. You put your head down, you do the work, and you stay focused until you see results. This is how you win. Not by trying to do everything, not by constantly switching directions, but by committing fully to fewer things that actually matter. You'll be amazed at how much faster you progress when you stop dividing your energy. When you stop trying to keep up with everything, and instead master the few things that truly move the needle. The world rewards those who focus. If you're tired of feeling stuck, if you're tired of making slow progress, if you're tired of working hard and not seeing real results. This is why it's time to stop trying to do too much. It's time to simplify. It's time to choose what truly matters and give it everything you've got. Because when you do that, everything changes. Progress speeds up, your results multiply, and you start building a life that's not just busy, but truly successful. Number 3, control your time, or someone else will. Time is the most valuable asset you have. Not money, not possessions. Time, because once it's gone, you can't get it back. You can make more money, you can replace things, but lost time is lost forever. And here's the reality. If you don't take control of your time, someone else will. If you don't decide how to use it, the world will decide for you. You'll wake up one day realizing that you spent years living on someone else's schedule, chasing things that didn't even matter to you, filling your days with distractions instead of real progress. And that's the worst feeling. To look back and realize you wasted time on things that didn't move your life forward. Look around. Most people live in reaction mode. They're not in control of their time. They're reacting to messages, emails, notifications, other people's demands. Their day starts, and before they even get a chance to focus on what matters, they're pulled in 10 different directions. They say yes to everything. They let interruptions dictate their schedule, and they wonder why they never have enough time for the things that truly matter. That's not living, that's being controlled. Successful people don't live that way. They don't wake up and let the world tell them what to do. They take charge of their time. They protect it. They use it wisely. They don't waste hours scrolling through distractions. They don't spend their best energy on things that don't matter. They don't let other people's priorities run their life. They decide what's important and make sure their time reflects that. If you're not where you want to be, look at your time. How much of it is truly yours? How much of it is spent on things that move you forward? And how much is being wasted on things that don't? Be honest with yourself. Because the truth is, your time is either working for you or against you. You're either using it to build something great, or you're letting it slip away on things that don't bring you closer to your goals. And here's the hard truth. Most people don't take control of their time because it's easier to go with the flow. It's easier to say yes to everything, to be available all the time, to let other people's demands dictate your day. But easy doesn't build success. If you want real results in life, You have to protect your time like your life depends on it, because it does. That means setting boundaries. That means learning to say no. That means prioritizing what actually matters, instead of what's urgent but meaningless. People will always want a piece of your time. Your boss, your coworkers, your friends, social media, entertainment. It's all designed to pull your attention away from what truly matters. And if you're not careful, you'll spend your whole life being busy but never productive. Always in motion, but never really getting anywhere. The difference between people who succeed and people who stay stuck isn't talent. It's time management. It's the discipline to say, this is what matters, and everything else can wait. It's the ability to block out distractions, to create space for deep work, to be unavailable when it's time to focus. Think about this. If someone asked to take $10,000 from you for no reason, you'd say no immediately. But how often do you let people take your time without a second thought? Time is more valuable than money, yet most people treat it like it's unlimited. They waste it on things that don't matter, then complain that they don't have enough of it. But time is a choice. How you spend it is a decision you make every single day. So what's the solution? It starts with getting clear on what matters to you. If you don't know your priorities, you'll spend your time on things that don't matter. Figure out your biggest goals, your most important work, and make those non-negotiable. Schedule them. Block time for them. Treat them like the most important meetings in your life. Because they are. Then eliminate the time wasters, the mindless scrolling, the unnecessary meetings, the constant distractions. Cut them out. Stop saying yes to everything. Stop being available 24/7. Stop letting other people's chaos become your responsibility. Protect your focus. If something isn't moving you forward, it's holding you back. There's no in between. And here's the thing, when you take control of your time, people won't always like it. They'll say you're too focused, too unavailable, too disciplined. But that's the price of success. You're not here to please everyone. You're here to build a life that matters. And that requires making tough choices. Start today. Look at your time. Track where it goes. Be honest with yourself about how much of it is wasted. Then make the decision to take control. Because at the end of the day, your success, your happiness, your future, it all depends on how well you manage the one thing you can never get back: time. Number 4, say no to the good so you can say yes to the best. Opportunity is everywhere. It's all around you, every single day. There's no shortage of things you could do, places you could go, or people you could meet. But here's the trap. Most people don't fail because they have no opportunities. They fail because they chase too many of the wrong ones. They fill their time with good things, but not the best things. And that's what holds them back. Good opportunities are comfortable. They're easy to say yes to. They feel productive. They keep you busy. But being busy is not the same as making progress. A full schedule does not mean you're on the right path. It just means you're occupied. And if you're not careful, you'll spend your life being busy with things that don't actually move you forward. The most successful people in the world have one thing in common. They say no to almost everything. They don't chase every idea. They don't jump on every opportunity. They don't spread themselves thin trying to do it all. Instead, they protect their time and energy for the few things that truly matter. They focus on what will take them the farthest, not what's simply convenient. And that's the difference between being good and being great. Most people think saying yes is the key to success. Yes to every project, every opportunity, every request. But the truth is, saying yes to everything is what keeps you stuck. Because every time you say yes to something that isn't the best, you're saying no to something that could change your life. Think about it. How many times have you committed to something that felt like a good idea at the moment, but later realized it was a waste of time? How many times have you taken on responsibilities that drained your energy, leaving you with nothing left for the things that actually matter? That's the price of too many yeses. It's not just about time. It's about focus. It's about making sure your energy is going toward the things that will truly move you forward. It takes discipline to say no. It takes clarity to know what's worth your time and what's not. And it takes courage to turn down good opportunities when they don't align with your bigger vision. But here's the thing. Every time you say no to the things that don't matter, you make room for the things that do. People will try to pull you in 100 different directions. They'll ask for your time, your energy, your commitment. And if you're not careful, you'll wake up one day realizing that you've spent your life building someone else's dream instead of your own. That's why you have to protect your time like your future depends on it, because it does. Saying no doesn't mean you're unkind. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means you're serious about your goals. It means you're committed to excellence, not just busyness. It means you refuse to settle for a life that's just good enough. Every successful person you admire had to say no to something. They had to give up distractions. They had to walk away from things that weren't aligned with their ultimate goal. They had to disappoint people. They had to turn down opportunities that looked good but weren't the best. Because that's what success demands: focus, discipline, and the ability to choose what matters most. You can't do everything. You can't chase every opportunity. You have to choose, and that choice will determine your future. If you spend your time chasing every little thing that comes your way, you'll never have enough left for the things that truly matter. But if you learn to say no, if you learn to focus only on what moves you forward, you'll go farther than you ever imagined. So ask yourself, what are you holding on to that's just good but not great? What's keeping you busy but not making you better? Where are you saying yes when you should be saying no? These are the questions that will change your life. Success isn't about doing more. It's about doing what matters. And sometimes that means letting go of good things so you can grab onto the best things. Because at the end of the day, the people who achieve the most aren't the ones who do everything. They're the ones who focus on what truly matters, and they give it everything they've got. Number 5, the more you focus, the faster you succeed. Success isn't a mystery. It's not some secret formula that only a few lucky people have figured out. It's simple. The more you focus, the faster you succeed. That's the truth. But here's the problem. Most people never give themselves a real chance to win because they're too distracted. They want success, but their attention is all over the place. They start something, but then they get pulled in another direction. They work hard for a little while, but then they let life get in the way, and then they wonder why they're not making progress. It's not a lack of potential. It's not a lack of intelligence. It's a lack of focus. Think about it. Have you ever seen someone who's really successful? Someone who's at the top of their game? Do they look like they're trying to juggle 100 different things at once? No. They have laser focus. They know exactly what they want, and they put their energy into that one thing until they master it. They don't waste time on distractions. They don't jump from one thing to another. They don't let themselves get pulled away by every little inconvenience. They stay locked in on their goal, and that's why they get there faster than everyone else. Most people live in a constant state of distraction. They wake up, check their phone, scroll through social media, answer emails, get lost in other people's problems. And by the time they sit down to actually work on their goals, half the day is gone. And even when they do work, they're still half distracted. They're thinking about something else. They're letting their mind wander. They're not fully present in what they're doing. And that's why they never make real progress. Because success doesn't come from working hard in a scattered way. It comes from working hard with absolute focus. The mind is a powerful thing, but it only works at full capacity when you give it direction. If your attention is divided, your results will be divided. But if you take all that energy, all that time, all that effort, and channel it into one clear goal, you'll be amazed at how fast things start to move. It's not about working harder. It's about working with more intention. It's about giving yourself fully to the process and cutting out everything that doesn't serve your goal. Most people don't fail because they aren't talented. They fail because they waste too much time on things that don't matter. They say they want success, but they spend hours every day on things that have nothing to do with their future. They let little distractions steal their time. They let unimportant things drain their energy, and then they wonder why they aren't getting anywhere. Success isn't about doing more. It's about doing less of the wrong things and more of the right things. It's about knowing exactly what matters and putting all your energy into that. Focus is a skill, and like any skill, it gets stronger the more you use it. But the problem is, most people never train their focus. They let themselves be distracted all day long, and then when it's time to concentrate, they wonder why it's so hard. If you want to win, you have to train yourself to focus. You have to practice shutting out distractions. You have to practice working deeply. You have to teach your mind to stay locked in on a task without wandering. Because the better you get at focusing, the faster you'll move. It's not enough to just want success. You have to design your life around it. You have to create an environment that helps you focus. You have to set clear boundaries so that nothing pulls you away from your goals. You have to be intentional about where your time and energy go. And you have to cut out anything that slows you down. Because every minute you waste on something that doesn't matter is a minute you could have used to move forward. The people who succeed the fastest aren't necessarily the smartest. They're not the most talented. They're the ones who refuse to let anything pull them away from their mission. They wake up with a purpose. They work with intention. They eliminate distractions. And because of that, they make progress at a speed that most people can't even understand. Imagine what would happen if, for the next 6 months, you focused completely on one goal, no distractions, no wasted time, just pure, intentional effort. Imagine how much further you'd be. Most people don't even give themselves that chance. They spread themselves too thin. They try to do too many things at once. And because of that, they never go deep enough into anything to actually succeed. Your results will always match your level of focus. If you focus a little, you'll get a little. If you focus deeply, you'll get extraordinary results. And if you learn to master your focus, there's nothing you can't achieve. So take control of your time. Cut out the noise. Stop letting little things steal your attention. And put everything you've got into what truly matters. Because the more you focus, the faster you'll succeed. Number 6. Prioritize growth over comfort. If you want to achieve something truly remarkable in your life, you need to prioritize growth over comfort. It's as simple as that. Every single time you choose comfort, you're making the decision to stay where you are. You're deciding to settle. But every time you choose growth, you're pushing yourself forward. Growth requires discomfort. And that discomfort is what will lead you to something greater than you could ever imagine. Let's be real. It's easy to stay in your comfort zone. You wake up, do what you've always done, and everything feels safe. Everything feels predictable. But here's the thing. Nothing extraordinary ever comes from staying in a safe place. Growth doesn't live in the comfort zone. It's uncomfortable. It's challenging. It's messy. But it's the only place where true transformation happens. And if you're not actively seeking discomfort, you're not really growing, you're just getting by. Think about your life right now. Are you coasting along, doing what's comfortable? Or are you pushing yourself to grow, even when it feels tough? If you're honest with yourself, you'll realize that the moments that have shaped you the most, the ones that have truly made a difference, have been the times when you chose to push past that comfort. When you decided to do what scared you. When you decided to take on the challenge. It's easy to avoid challenges. The world tells us it's okay to relax, to take it easy, to find shortcuts. But here's the hard truth. The moment you get comfortable with your life is the moment you start stagnating. The moment you stop challenging yourself is the moment you stop growing. Growth doesn't happen by accident. It happens on purpose. It happens when you make a choice to step outside your comfort zone and do things you've never done before. Comfort is like quicksand. It pulls you in slowly. At first it feels good. It feels familiar. But over time it keeps you stuck. It keeps you from moving forward. And eventually it starts to suffocate you. Your potential is locked up in that comfort zone. And the only way to unlock it is by breaking free. But that's where growth comes in. Growth is uncomfortable. It makes you face your fears. It forces you to learn new things. It requires you to take risks. And when you choose growth over comfort, you start building the future you've always wanted. Think about some of the most successful people you know. Are they the ones who've taken the easiest path? No. They're the ones who've made sacrifices. They're the ones who've put in the extra hours. They're the ones who've stepped outside their comfort zone. Time and time again, they've failed. They've been knocked down. But they've kept going because they understood one key thing. Growth comes from pushing through discomfort. Success doesn't come without struggle. The people you admire, the ones who've achieved great things, all share one thing in common. They chose growth over comfort. Comfort might feel good in the moment, but it's a trap. It's easy to get comfortable with where you are and with what you've already achieved. It's tempting to think that once you've reached a certain point, you deserve to take it easy. But growth never stops. It doesn't take breaks. It doesn't say, hey, you've done enough. You can relax now. Growth always asks for more. It asks for more of your time, more of your effort, more of your energy. And you can't ignore that call if you want to become the person you're meant to be. When you choose growth, you're not just improving your skills, you're improving your mindset. You're becoming the type of person who doesn't shy away from challenges. You're becoming someone who isn't afraid to step up, take risks, and tackle the hard things head on. Growth is what transforms you. It changes how you see the world. It changes how you approach life. And when you choose growth over comfort, you're opening the door to endless possibilities. Now, this doesn't mean that growth is easy. It doesn't mean you won't face setbacks. But those setbacks are part of the process. They're the lessons you need to learn in order to become stronger, smarter, and more capable. Growth isn't linear. It's not a straight path. It's full of twists and turns, ups and downs. But every time you push yourself, every time you choose discomfort, you're one step closer to becoming the person you're capable of being. You're one step closer to achieving what you once thought was impossible. The reality is, life doesn't wait for you to be comfortable. Time doesn't stop so you can catch your breath. Life keeps moving forward. And if you don't take control of your own growth, you'll look back one day and realize you've wasted precious time. You've wasted years sitting in your comfort zone. You've missed opportunities. You've let fear hold you back from becoming who you're meant to be. But it's never too late to start. It doesn't matter where you are right now. It doesn't matter how comfortable you've become or how long you've been stuck. Today is a new day, and today you can choose growth over comfort. You can choose to take action. You can choose to face the things that scare you. You can choose to push through the discomfort and come out the other side stronger, more capable, and more confident. The key to success, to true fulfillment, is found in the willingness to step outside of what's comfortable. Growth is where the magic happens. So the next time you're faced with a choice, remember this: choose growth, even if it's uncomfortable, even if it's hard, because that discomfort is temporary. But the growth you experience from it will last forever. And that's the kind of growth that changes everything. Number 7. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture. When you wake up each day, it's easy to get caught up in the small details, the day-to-day challenges, the immediate things that demand your attention. The bills to pay, the errands to run, the emails to reply to. It's a constant flood of tasks that can keep you distracted. But here's the thing. If you're only focused on what's right in front of you, you're missing the bigger picture. And if you're not looking at the bigger picture, you're never going to get to where you truly want to go. Life is not just about getting through the day or ticking off tasks from a to-do list. It's about understanding where you're going and why you're going there. It's about having a vision that guides you. It's about having a purpose that pulls you forward, even when things get tough. If all you're doing is reacting to what's in front of you, you're not in control. Life is happening to you, rather than you happening to life. But when you shift your focus to the bigger picture, you begin to take control of your future. The bigger picture is your vision, your goals, the long-term vision of what you want to accomplish. It's about setting your sights on the person you want to become, the life you want to create, and the impact you want to make. It's easy to get distracted by the small setbacks or the things that feel urgent in the moment. But those things, while important, are often just temporary obstacles that shouldn't derail your entire focus. When you keep your eyes on the bigger picture, you stay focused on what matters most, and the small stuff doesn't hold as much weight. A lot of people struggle because they get too wrapped up in the day-to-day grind. They get lost in the noise of their routine and forget why they're doing what they're doing. They work hard, they put in the effort, but they don't see how it all fits into a larger plan. And without that bigger plan, it's easy to get discouraged when things don't seem to be going the way you hoped. But when you know where you're going, when you have that clear vision of the bigger picture, you understand that setbacks and obstacles are just part of the journey. They're not the end. They're just bumps in the road on your way to something greater. One of the most powerful things you can do is keep reminding yourself of that bigger picture, especially when things get tough. When you're faced with failure, when things don't seem to be going your way, that's when you need to focus even more on the bigger picture. The bigger picture is your reason why. It's the reminder that what you're doing today is not just about today, It's about the future. It's about the life you're building, the success you're working towards. Sometimes it's easy to feel discouraged because the progress doesn't seem to come fast enough. You want results, and you want them now. But success is not about instant gratification. It's about consistent effort over time. It's about showing up every single day, putting in the work, and trusting that every small step is moving you closer to your goal. The bigger picture reminds you that this is a marathon, not a sprint. The results may not show up overnight, but they will show up. And when they do, they will be worth it. And here's the thing. The bigger picture is not just about the material goals or achievements you're working toward. It's about the kind of person you're becoming along the way. It's about the growth, the lessons, the resilience you build through the process. When you focus only on the small stuff, it's easy to lose sight of that personal growth. You get so caught up in the what and the how that you forget to focus on the who, the person you are becoming. And trust me, that person is more important than anything you can accomplish. The growth, the strength, the character you build along the way is what will carry you through the toughest times and allow you to handle success with grace. When you focus on the bigger picture, you begin to see challenges in a new light. Instead of being obstacles that stop you in your tracks, they become opportunities for growth. You see them as tests that will make you stronger, wiser, and more prepared for the future. The more you embrace challenges as part of the process, the more you'll be able to stay focused on the bigger picture. You won't be distracted by the immediate struggles, because you'll know that they're just a small part of a much bigger story. And in that bigger story, you're the hero, moving forward every single day. It's also important to note that the bigger picture is not just about you. It's about the impact you're going to have on the world. It's about the legacy you're building and the difference you're making in other people's lives. When you focus on the bigger picture, you understand that your actions have meaning beyond your own life. They ripple out into the world, affecting others in ways you can't always see. And that sense of purpose, that feeling of making a difference, will keep you motivated even when times are tough. Because when you understand that what you're doing has meaning, it becomes so much easier to keep pushing forward, even when things don't seem to be going your way. Keeping your eyes on the bigger picture requires patience, persistence, and faith. It's about trusting that the work you're doing today will pay off tomorrow. It's about believing in the process, even when the results aren't immediately visible. It's about having the faith to know that if you keep doing the right things, if you keep putting in the effort, you will reach your destination. And the journey along the way will be just as rewarding as the destination itself. So remember this: no matter where you are right now, no matter how small the steps may feel, they are moving you towards something bigger. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture. Let it guide you through the tough times and keep you grounded when success finally comes. The bigger picture will always remind you that the best is yet to come. And when you focus on it, when you keep your vision clear and your purpose strong, you'll have the strength to face anything that comes your way, knowing that you are moving towards something truly incredible. Keep your eyes on the bigger picture and let that vision drive you to greatness. Number 8, stop focusing on other people's opinions. When you truly grasp the power of your own potential, something incredible happens. You stop giving so much weight to what other people think of you. You begin to realize that their opinions are just that. Opinions. They don't define your worth, your abilities, or your future. The key to unlocking your own greatness lies in focusing on what matters to you, not on what others think. It's so easy to get caught up in the thoughts and opinions of the people around us, whether it's family, friends, colleagues, or even strangers. Everyone has something to say. And sometimes it can feel like the whole world is watching your every move, waiting for you to succeed or fail. The truth is, people often judge without understanding the full picture. They only see a small piece of the story, and yet they think their opinions carry the weight of truth. But here's the hard-hitting truth you need to accept. The opinions of others don't matter nearly as much as we give them credit for. When you start letting other people's opinions dictate your actions, you're handing over control of your life. You're letting their insecurities, fears, and limiting beliefs shape your choices. And if you're constantly worried about what others think, it becomes nearly impossible to move forward with confidence. You start doubting yourself, second-guessing every decision, and wondering if you're on the right path. In short, you lose sight of your own vision and start trying to fit into someone else's idea of what success should look like. This is where the power of self-belief comes in. It's about trusting your own instincts and knowing that you are capable of achieving whatever you set your mind to. When you shift your focus away from the noise and distractions of the world, you'll find that you are far more resilient, creative, and focused. You stop measuring your success based on someone else's yardstick and begin to define it on your own terms. It's not about being arrogant or ignoring constructive feedback. Healthy feedback can be valuable, and there will always be people who genuinely want to see you succeed. But there's a difference between receiving advice that helps you grow and getting lost in the opinions of those who have no real understanding of your goals. Think about it. How many times have you let someone else's negative feedback hold you back from pursuing something you were passionate about? How many times have you altered your course because someone said you couldn't do it, or that it was too risky? It's time to stop doing that. You can't let the fear of judgment dictate your actions. If you truly want to succeed, you need to let go of the need for validation from others. Instead, you need to validate yourself. You need to trust that the path you're walking is your own, and that it's okay if not everyone understands it. In fact, they probably won't understand it, because what you're doing is unique. The goals you're working toward are personal. The vision you have for your life is yours and yours alone. Don't let anyone's opinions make you doubt that. When you stop focusing on others' opinions, it becomes easier to stay true to yourself. You stop making decisions based on fear of judgment and start making them based on what feels right for you. You realize that the people who truly care about you will support you no matter what. The ones who don't, well, they aren't the ones whose approval you need in the first place. As long as you are being true to your values, your principles, and your vision, that's what matters. So how do you begin to free yourself from the weight of other people's opinions? First, start by recognizing that not everyone's thoughts about you are relevant or accurate. People have their own biases, and they often project their fears and insecurities onto others. Just because someone doesn't believe in your dreams doesn't mean they're impossible. In fact, the fact that they don't see your potential should be a sign that you're on the right track. After all, if everyone saw your vision the same way, it wouldn't be your vision, it would be theirs. Second, practice detaching your self-worth from the validation of others. You are not defined by how many likes you get on social media, how many people agree with you, or how much praise you receive from those around you. Your worth comes from within. It's about knowing that you are enough, regardless of what anyone else thinks. When you can do this, you will feel a newfound freedom to chase after what you want without worrying about the judgment of others. Next, focus on your own personal growth. The more you grow, the less you will be concerned with other people's opinions. When you invest in yourself, whether that's through learning new skills, reading, meditating, or taking care of your physical and mental health, you start building the confidence to stand firm in your beliefs. You realize that your success and happiness are yours to create, not dependent on someone else's approval. Finally, remember that the opinions of others are just temporary. People's thoughts and judgments change constantly. What someone thinks about you today may have no bearing on your life tomorrow. And when you realize that, you start to care less about what others think and focus more on what you know to be true about yourself. The more you prioritize your own growth and happiness, the less influence other people's opinions will have over your life. So take a moment to ask yourself, what would happen if you stopped worrying about what others think? What could you achieve if you started making decisions based on your own values and goals? The possibilities are endless when you stop letting external opinions limit your potential. It's time to stop allowing other people's judgments to hold you back. Instead, take control of your own narrative and move forward with confidence, knowing that your vision is worth pursuing, no matter what anyone else says. When you focus on yourself and your own path, you'll begin to see how much more fulfilling and empowering life becomes. Your journey is yours to shape, and no one else's opinion should ever dictate your success. Number 9, fix your habits, fix your life. We all have habits. Some of them serve us well, pushing us toward our goals and making us the best version of ourselves. Others, though, can be incredibly destructive, keeping us stuck in patterns that hold us back from the life we really want to live. If you're looking to change your life, the first place to start is with your habits. The truth is, your life today is the result of your habits from yesterday. And if you're not happy with where you are, it's time to make some changes. Here's the powerful truth. Your habits shape your future. Everything you do every day, no matter how small it may seem, plays a part in building the life you live. Whether it's the way you spend your mornings, the thoughts you allow to occupy your mind, or the way you choose to react in the face of challenges, every single action creates a ripple effect in your life. The habits you form today determine the kind of person you'll be tomorrow. That's why it's so important to take a hard look at your habits and ask yourself if they are leading you in the direction you want to go. If they're not, it's time to make a change. The first step in fixing your life is to recognize that change doesn't happen overnight. Habits are powerful, and they don't shift easily. But with patience, consistency, and a willingness to make the necessary adjustments, you can break free from old, limiting habits and replace them with ones that propel you forward. The key is to start small. You don't need to overhaul your entire life in one go. In fact, trying to do too much at once can lead to burnout. Instead, focus on one habit at a time. Choose one area of your life that you want to improve and work on creating a positive habit that will make a real difference. One of the most common areas where people struggle is with their mornings. How you start your day sets the tone for everything that comes after it. If you wake up late, rush through your morning routine, and start your day in a state of stress or chaos, you're already starting behind. Your mornings should be intentional. They should set you up for success, not for failure. That means waking up early enough to give yourself time to get grounded, reflect, and prepare for the day ahead. It means making your bed, getting dressed with purpose, and feeding your mind with positivity. Whether that's through a motivational podcast, reading something inspiring, or just taking a few moments to visualize your goals. When you take control of your morning, you set yourself up for success all day long. Another area that's often overlooked is your mental habits. The way you think has a direct impact on the way you act, and the way you act shapes your life. If you constantly fill your mind with negativity, doubt, and fear, you'll create a reality where those emotions dominate. But if you train your mind to focus on possibility, hope, and resilience, you'll begin to notice opportunities you never saw before. The mind is a muscle, and like any muscle, it needs to be worked in order to grow stronger. That means being intentional about the thoughts you allow into your mind. Start replacing negative self-talk with positive affirmations. Choose to focus on solutions instead of problems. When you start to control your thoughts, you take control of your life. But it's not just your thoughts that need adjusting, it's also your behaviors. The habits you form around things like productivity, time management, and personal discipline play a huge role in shaping the kind of life you create. If you find yourself procrastinating or wasting time on activities that don't serve your goals, it's time to make a shift. Instead of letting your time slip away, create a daily schedule that aligns with your priorities. Set aside time each day to work on the things that will move you closer to your dreams. It doesn't have to be hours and hours, but it does need to be focused, intentional work. When you dedicate your time to the things that truly matter, you start building momentum and creating the life you've always dreamed of. Now let's talk about another habit that often gets overlooked: self-care. It's easy to get caught up in the hustle and forget to take care of yourself. But when you neglect your health, your energy, and your well-being, you're not operating at your highest potential. You need to prioritize self-care in order to perform at your best. This doesn't mean spending hours at the gym or booking expensive spa treatments, though those can help too. It means making time each day to take care of your body, mind, and spirit. Get enough sleep, eat nutritious food, move your body in a way that feels good, and give yourself time to relax and recharge. When you take care of yourself, you show up as the best version of you. And that's when real transformation happens. It's also important to understand that bad habits don't just magically disappear. It's not enough to simply start forming new habits. You also need to break the old ones. And this isn't always easy. It takes self-awareness, effort, and sometimes a bit of discomfort. But the good news is that every time you choose a better habit over an old, unhealthy one, you're strengthening your ability to make positive changes in your life. It's like building muscle. At first, it's hard, it feels awkward, but over time those new habits become second nature. And when that happens, your life begins to transform in ways you never imagined. Think about it this way: Every habit you form is like a building block in the foundation of your future. If you want to build a strong, successful life, you need to make sure that your habits are aligned with your goals. It's not about trying to be perfect, it's about progress. The more consistent you are in making small, positive changes, the more your life will begin to reflect those efforts. Your future is built on the actions you take today, and those actions are a direct result of your habits. When you fix your habits, you fix your life. So take a moment to reflect on the habits that are currently shaping your life. Are they serving you, or are they holding you back? Are they helping you become the person you want to be, or are they keeping you stuck in the same old patterns? If you're not happy with where you are, start with your habits. Choose one small change to make today, and then another tomorrow. Over time, these small changes will compound, and before you know it, you'll look up and realize that you've created a completely new life, one that's built on habits that support your success, happiness, and fulfillment. Remember, your future starts with the habits you create today. If you're ready to fix your life, it starts with fixing your habits. Number 10. Keep your eyes on the prize. Short-term pain for long-term gain. You know what's amazing? It's the ability we have to transform our lives when we stop thinking in the short term and start thinking about the long term. People often get caught up in the immediate rewards, those quick fixes that make us feel good for a moment. But then they wonder why they're stuck in the same place year after year. It's the easy path that's tempting, but it's not the one that leads to success. It's that short-term satisfaction that pulls us away from the big picture, from the grand vision of what we can achieve. If you want to change your life, you have to be willing to embrace the idea that sometimes you've got to endure some short-term pain for the sake of long-term gain. Let's talk about it. The process of growth is often uncomfortable. There's a reason people say growth hurts. It's because it does. It's uncomfortable to push yourself past your limits, to step outside of your comfort zone, and to do things you've never done before. But that discomfort is not your enemy. It's your ally. When you feel that discomfort, it means you're moving forward, you're stretching, expanding, and becoming someone capable of achieving things you never thought possible. You're not supposed to feel comfortable when you're growing. Comfort is the enemy of progress. If you want to build something great in your life, whether it's a career, a business, or a personal transformation, you've got to learn to keep your eyes on the prize, no matter how tough it gets. Think about it. Every successful person you admire went through a period of discomfort, struggle, and sacrifice. They didn't just wake up one day and have everything handed to them. They had to pay the price. They had to go through those tough times when no one was watching, when things felt uncertain, and when they wondered if it was all worth it. But what they understood, and what you need to understand, is that the pain of today is the foundation of tomorrow's success. Every setback, every failure, every moment of struggle is a building block, adding to the strength you need to reach your ultimate goals. The temptation to quit when things get tough is real, and that's when most people throw in the towel. But successful people, they push through. They remind themselves why they started in the first place. They focus on that long-term vision, the dream that keeps them moving, even when the journey feels impossible. They know that the pain they're feeling today is temporary, but the rewards they'll enjoy tomorrow will last forever. So when things get tough, instead of letting your emotions take over, remind yourself this is the price of greatness. This is the price of living a life that's different from the ordinary. If you want extraordinary results, you've got to be willing to pay the price with your time, energy, and sometimes even your peace of mind. It's all about perspective. If you focus too much on the discomfort, on how hard things are right now, you'll get bogged down and never make progress. But if you learn to look past the pain and keep your eyes on the bigger picture, the life you want to create, the person you want to become, then the short-term pain becomes manageable. It becomes a necessary part of the process. And here's the secret. The more you push through that pain, the easier it gets to keep going. The more you embrace the struggle, the stronger you become. What used to feel hard starts to feel like second nature. The discomfort doesn't go away, but you become resilient enough to handle it. And before you know it, you're not only reaching your goals, you're surpassing them. Think about a time when you had to endure something tough in your life, whether it was a difficult project at work, a challenging workout, or a personal setback. In that moment, the pain probably felt overwhelming. But looking back, Do you see how that experience shaped you? Do you see how it made you stronger, more capable, more determined? That's the power of short-term pain for long-term gain. The struggle isn't the end of the road. It's the beginning of something bigger. It's the forge in which your character is shaped. Every time you push through, you're creating a version of yourself that is more powerful, more capable, and more ready for the challenges ahead. But it's not just about personal growth. It's about setting yourself up for success in every area of your life. Short-term sacrifice today means you get to enjoy the fruits of your labor tomorrow. It means that by doing the work now, by waking up early, putting in the effort, making the sacrifices, you're setting yourself up to live a life that others only dream of. Whether it's the financial freedom you've been striving for, the body you've always wanted, or the business that's going to change everything, you've got to be willing to do the tough stuff now, so that later, you can enjoy the rewards. It's also about understanding that progress isn't always linear. There will be setbacks. There will be days when you feel like you're not getting anywhere. But that doesn't mean you've failed. It means you're in the middle of the process. And the process, as uncomfortable as it may be, is the key to success. The people who make it aren't the ones who had it easy. They're the ones who kept going, even when it felt impossible. They kept their eyes on the prize, knowing that the struggles they faced were simply part of the journey. The same goes for you. If you can keep your focus on the bigger picture, on the life you want to create, you'll be able to push through anything that stands in your way. The prize, the success, the life you've been dreaming of, it's not going to come easily. It's going to take effort, sacrifice, and time. But it will come. If you stay committed, if you keep pushing even when it gets tough, if you remind yourself that the pain of today is nothing compared to the rewards of tomorrow, you will reach your goals. So the next time you feel like quitting, remember this: the prize is worth the pain. Your future self is waiting for you on the other side, stronger, wiser, and ready to live the life you've always dreamed of. Keep your eyes on the prize, stay focused, and keep moving forward. The best is yet to come. All right, as we wrap this up, I want you to keep one thing in mind: focusing on what really matters can completely change your life. Every day, you make choices about where you put your energy and attention, and those choices add up. Don't get caught up in the noise, or let distractions pull you away from your goals. Stay focused on the things that will help you grow, help you get closer to the life you want. It's not about doing everything. It's about doing the right things and doing them consistently. Now take everything you've learned here and put it into action. Make the decision to focus on what matters, and watch your life start to transform. You've got this, and your future is waiting for you to take that first step. Thank you for watching. Keep focused, keep moving forward, and remember, your best days are ahead of you. Keep pushing and never stop working for what you want.